I think one thing that's really stood out that my parents have said to me from a very young age is, I guess, that it's good to be different. Living in South Africa, it's something that's very much the norm, you know. There's a lot of different people, and obviously with our history and our past, I think that's something that's very present in South Africa. But, you know, them saying that has definitely had a major impact in me in all aspects of life. For me personally, Cape Town is special for so many reasons. It's obviously where I grew up, and home's home. Like, it's like your upbringing and everything, like your surroundings and the taste, the smells, everything around you is just normal and feels like home, and there's something special about that feeling. Even though Cape Town's small, there's a variety of different things to do and sort of places to put yourself. You have the city that's, you know, really vibrant and diverse and always exciting, and there's, you know, a lot going on there. Like, Cape Town specifically has such a wide variety of people and genres of culture, and yeah, it just keeps you not thinking in one way, and you're at least just a lot more open-minded, I guess. South Africa is really special when it comes to surfing. I feel like there's so many different places to go, different waves to surf. Even if you just look at Cape Town and the peninsula that we have, on any given day you can drive around the whole coast and there'll be some nook and cranny where that's blowing offshore and there's actually a wave. This is like the waves are terrible. It's probably like a half a foot shore break, but I remember this is the day that I got my first like custom surfboard. The early days were probably the best. I mean, my parents were really, really supportive, and you know, they would pile like myself, my brothers, and a bunch of other friends in the van that we had, and we would do trips up the coast to contests and spend every weekend in like a new part of South Africa, and pretty much just getting to surf and hang with friends, and it really was the best thing ever. Having had that from a really young age, I think like just becomes the norm and what like gets you excited, and it feels really cool to be able to have like carried that on further and like and just, still to this day doing pretty much like a grown-up version of that. The west and the east coast of South Africa are two very different places. I mean, the west coast is definitely an amazing hidden gem that we have, and it's full of slabs and kelp and just wild ocean, and obviously it's filled with a lot of like farmland and stuff, and you have these like small little like fisherman towns, but then you also have parts where you can find traces of like the old Bushmen, and it's a really beautiful, special place. Surfing has this amazing way of sort of connecting all these different things, and personally I want to do my best to kind of bridge those gaps between like surfing, music and art and culture, and it's really, really cool to see people outside of surfing also seeing the beauty of what it is. J-Bay is probably one of my favorite places in South Africa, and I mean even just the world, and I can't even count how many trips I've done up the East Coast since then. It's crazy. For me, being a South African surfer, like I don't know, really proud of where I'm from, and I feel like Africa in general is at a really exciting time where there's so many amazing people coming from like different parts of Africa, different countries that are getting more of a chance, and there's a whole lot of kids from like a generation below us that are seeing that it's possible, and you know, not only from the countries that we're from, but countries outside of our own in Africa, and all of a sudden you see kids who start believing in that as a possibility, and I guess the future of it is really exciting.